right. So, Julie, there's some really big news happening in Willow Springs, which is our stomping grounds where we live.
Yes.
Sort of. You don't live exactly in Willow Springs.
Grew up there, though.
Yes, grew up there.
Yeah.
So can you tell me what is coming to Willow Springs and how the day program is going to get to be involved in that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you watch American Idol, you probably already have a great idea as to what's happening. But Hannah Harper is going to be having a hometown concert this February, which is the month that we're in. And the day program is going to be involved on the side of some promotional things. So a lot of the businesses are coming together and getting involved. And so there's going to be different materials and things that we're going to be organizing and assembling these bags.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So businesses are going to be putting things in the bags for people that got tickets and are going to get to see her in concert.
Yes. We are preparing 250 bags.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Are the individuals excited about getting to participate in that?
They don't know yet.
Oh, they don't know
yet. It's a surprise.
Okay. All right. Well, you'll have to give me some pictures so we can share all that on our social media pages.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Whitley Lemon, and I am the co-host of the Hopeful Connection podcast, and I have Julie Olson sitting down with me today.
Yes.
Julie, can you tell us what your role is at Restoring Hope and how you found Restoring Hope and your place here?
Absolutely. So I onboarded as the Willow Springs Excel Day Program Coordinator in 24. Prior to that, I was doing undergrad at SBU in Mountain View. And so, just trying to ferret out where I wanted to be. I had done some work in substance use and I really enjoyed that. And I learned a lot of things from it, but it wasn't really where I wanted to land permanently. So I started researching different organizations and, just looking at missions and things. And I knew people who worked at Restoring Hope just in different departments. And so I got on LinkedIn and I saw that there was a finance assistant position that was open. And I'm like, well, that's not really going to do anything with the knowledge and experience that I have, but I'm going to be in the doors of an agency that's working for change. And that's really what I wanted. So I applied for it. Interviewed, obviously didn't get that position. But Kayla L., who is our finance director, she saw something. She saw potential and just you could do something outside of the finance department. And so she referred me over to Danielle and Stacy. And so it just kind of went from there. And I've learned so many things. It's just phenomenal.
So that position for the day program wasn't quite open yet.
No.
When you initially applied.
No, it was not.
But then Danielle called you in for an interview, and Stacy, I guess, was there too.
Yes. Well, I had interviewed with Danielle, and then a little bit of time later, I interviewed with Stacy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, super neat. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit more about yourself and kind of your vision for the day program and just who you are in general.
Absolutely. So I am really grounded in education. So I got my bachelor's degree from Southwest Baptist University in psychology.
Okay.
Continued on for a master's with Walden University, studying human services with a concentration in mental health, which is really my passion and driving force for things. But, building that foundation at SBU, I had all these incredible people that surrounded me and invested in me. And that really led to who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, because they're partnering with me and they're building those relationships and teaching me different things. And so that just kind of bled over to my model and how I approach people. And, it's about support and investing and showing up, being present in the moment and understanding that any exchange you have has value. So, that's really where I come from and what I like to put forth. Personally, I'm a goofball. I have weird granny hobbies and, I'm on the farm with the animals, but the day program has really just been a key thing for me that I wanted to make sure we laid a good foundation for, and we continued to build up in every way that we could. So, reaching out in the community and making those connections and doing those things. And so it really has been a labor of love.
I would agree. I would agree. You've done an excellent job with that.
Thank you.
And hitting on the community piece, which is another reason why I wanted to have you on this podcast, is because I feel like you've done such a good job of tapping in to the root system of your community. Yeah. And I feel like the community has really just wrapped its arms around you and the program and the individuals. And
yes,
I would love to hear like how you have involved the participants in the community and how you have worked, you know, from the get-go, like before the program even started, like what are the things that you have done with your program to build it up and to build those connections and ties with community members and leaders?
Yes. So I onboarded in May, and I had a few months there where I was able to lay that foundation. You know, there had been some construction stuff, so we ended up having to move opening day a little bit. But honestly, that played such a huge role because I grew up in Willow. I knew so many people, and so I was able to make those connections, but also travel to neighboring communities and just get the word out there as to we're going to be opening. This is what we do. This is, you know, what we're looking for. We would love to partner and, you know, share not only the incredible individuals that we work with and the things that they can do, but also, you know, what that looks like within the community. And so within Willow itself, we have been deeply rooted with the Chamber of Commerce, and that has resulted in some really good opportunities that we've built skills and connections. And, you know, when you see us walking down the street, people know who we are. Like they know, okay, that's the Excel program. And so we've engaged in downtown beautification. That was a really big part of what we did last summer. I know Ozark Radio Network had picked that one up, and, you know, it was a really big thing. And we've partnered with the library and done beautification with them as well. We were able to volunteer I Ran from the Cops fundraiser. We had a part in that with stuffing bags for them and getting that out there. And so there's just been so many opportunities that have come and, you know, you wouldn't even think about. But the Chamber of Commerce has played a really big role in that. So.
That's great.
Yeah.
Are there any other things that you have on the horizon for the spring and summer coming with participants in the community that we have to look forward to hearing about and seeing?
Absolutely. So Hannah Harper is the big one right now. They're going to be so excited to engage in that. But, you know, as we go down the line, we're expanding our Excel community garden, which last year that was one of the biggest things that they all loved. And so, you know, hopefully this year we're able to get it big enough and maintain it to where maybe we can share some different, you know, produce or flowers or whatever with people in the community. So that's really a big goal. But other than that, we adjust as we go. We are always looking for new opportunities and things. And I mean, we have zoo trips and things that we're going to do because that's huge, but it's just kind of rolling with it.
Yeah. What would you say is your hope for other communities that have a day program? And what would be your encouragement, how to get involved? What does that look like from a program standpoint and getting out in the community or in the community interacting with the day programs?
So honestly, I hope that every program can be as invested and rooted in the community as the Willow program is. And that takes a lot of work. It really does. You know, you have to be very intentional with your leadership, and you have to be willing to invest your time and, you know, sometimes sacrifice some moments to be present.
Saturday mornings for Pioneer Days. Fall festivals and different things like that.
Yes. And the way that I like to think about it is it's an exchange. You know, not only are you doing something, but they're doing something for you too. And whenever you're investing in people, you're investing in the community. And so it would really be my encouragement, you know, other coordinators, leaders, community members, like just get involved, have a conversation. You know, you may not know how to do that and initiate those things, but really once the ice is broken, like you can do anything and you can have those conversations. And, you know, for us now with the Willow program, they know, okay, if we have something going on and we're looking for volunteers or, you know, a specific something, we made table runners one time for the Fiercely Feminine event that happened,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah.
like they know, okay, we can contact them and see
Mm-hmm.
what they think. Does this fit? And that would just be something that I would really like to encourage the other programs and honestly anybody within Restoring Hope that has something that they do that involves the community, which this is the
Mm-hmm.
people business. So
Right.
we're directly in
Yep.
it, you know.
Yep.
Just get involved and have those conversations and reach out, you know. Investing in people is something that you're never going to regret.
Absolutely.
You know, you are never going to regret that. And I learned that in undergrad. You know, I had a professor, he was phenomenal. And he always told me, you know, when you invest in someone else, that's an investment that can't be taken away and you're never going to regret it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
that's my encouragement to them.
Yeah. So get involved.
Get involved.
Connect.
Yes.
Yeah. If
Have
it's a phone
conversations.
call, stop by.
Absolutely.
Which our hours are 8:30 to 3:30.
Yes.
Correct.
Mhm.
Monday through.
We're Monday through Thursday in Willow.
Okay.
But Monday through Friday in the other programs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
yeah.
pop in if you just want to
Absolutely.
meet our
Yeah.
staff, our clients, and
Mhm.
see what you can do to
Absolutely.
get involved
Yeah.
or get
How
connected.
can we be involved?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with our clients too, like you guys are volunteering all the time for different things. So like this bag prepping, like who else, you know, that has kids and a job has time
Right.
to prep these? Well, our
Yeah.
individuals have that time
Yes.
to serve their community and
they want to.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really meaningful activity for them.
Right.
And, you know, not only are we able to do the hand-eye coordination, you know, all the things with that, but it's also very social because we have the businesses that are bringing the items in. We have connections within the community of, you know, we're having to organize all of these different things. And so they're interacting and they're realizing like, oh my gosh, I'm playing a really pivotal part in this. You know, this means something to them. And, you know, with this being a Hannah Harper concert, like, come on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Come
Awesome.
on. So
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing to watch how the ecosystem of a community can just impact everything. Like it just keeps going. And so,
It's all
you know,
connected.
it is. And the role that you have within that is so important. You know, you have to be intentional. That's another encouragement. Learn to be intentional because it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and with these opportunities too, you know, on our drive down here, we were talking about, you know, purpose and connection.
Yes.
And so this is just another way for the individuals that are within the program to have something to work on, to look forward to
Absolutely.
contribute to
Yes.
give back. And that alone is a very vital aspect
It
in
is.
just what we have to wake up to.
Absolutely. What gets you out of bed in the morning?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have something important to do because I'm helping someone do something today.
Yes.
And it's not just about yourself.
Right.
And so that helps people excel when they have purpose
It does.
and meaning
Yes, it
in their
does.
day.
Right. And it really goes back to the principle of everyone is someone. We all have value. We all contribute something according to the purpose that we've been appointed to, you know, and we don't need to lose sight of that. We really don't. And for our individuals, you know, they know what the week's going to look like. They come in on Monday. We talk about everything. We have the schedule up there. They're excited. They know, okay, I'm going to get to do all these different things. And volunteering, honestly, is one of the biggest aspects for us because they thrive off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another way that I feel like we could talk about, just because it's personal to me, that I got to present with you at one of the chamber meetings into the Rotary. Can you share what the purpose of that presentation was specifically and what it did for the program?
Absolutely. So we presented to the Rotary back in spring of 25, I think.
Yep.
And at the time, I had been approached by a community member, Rotary member, and he was talking about just getting involved in some of the different things that they did. And so I started doing that and engaging with the group a little bit. And I learned about Rotary grants that they offer and what specific areas they look for and how that can be a contribution to change, which is, you know, really their driving force. And so as we went on and I'm looking at different things, I'd had this vision for a therapy pod within the program. And I thought, man, if we applied for one of these grants, that could be what gets us this therapy pod, you know, and it's going to make such a difference in how we're implementing things and, you know, the individuals interacting. So I continued to have some conversation. We ended up getting the presentation. And so shortly after that, I typed up the grant letter and submitted it. And we ended up getting a grant that supplied the entire therapy pod. So
that's so awesome.
It's amazing. Yeah. Like, I cannot express the amount of gratitude that I have for the Rotary, the community, everything. Like, it just all came together. And one of the really cool parts about the Rotary Club specifically is that, sure, they give you the funding, but they're going to also help you put it together. And that's exactly what they did. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So what all was included in this area that you were building? Yeah. What did individuals have to look forward to in utilizing that new space?
Absolutely. So community integration is obviously something at the heart of what we do. And so I wanted to create some kind of a center where we could do like a mock coffee shop.
Okay.
Which is what we ended up setting up. So we got the tables, the chairs, the backdrops, the buffet, you know, the lamps, everything. And so we're able to do role play in that area specifically. And, you know, you can assume a role and you're doing this and there's people over here. And so we can just help teach those social interaction skills and, you know, okay, we're in the community. If we're feeling anxious or, you know, whatever that looks like, we can utilize this area in implementing and teaching those things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Awesome.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
So great. Yeah.
Yes.
I love how the community is just really poured into the program and gave back to our individuals. And it's huge.
It really is.
It's a testament to what a program like this does for a community, for individuals, and the way that we can serve bigger as community members.
And that's really what it's about. It's about service, you know, from my personal philosophy and how I have approached everything with the day program is just that heart of service. And the community, you know, I expected there to be support, but never anything like this. You know, they have just rallied around us and provided opportunities, and they've volunteered to do things. We had the egg hunt last year and, you know, so many people had a hand in that too. It was just incredible to watch and be a part of. And, you know, sometimes there's moments where I'm like standing around thinking, whoa, whose life is this?
Right.
This is great.
Yeah.
And the individuals, the experience for them is like nothing else. And that's really what it's about. Sure, we're providing a service, but we need to also remember that we're changing someone's life.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
every single day.
Every single day.
Every interaction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's all meaningful. And that's why we need to be intentional and realize, sure, I'm working with them. I'm providing a service. They're coming in, you know, all the things, but not get caught up in the mundane. Oh, it's another Tuesday. Right. No, it's another opportunity.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that take.
Absolutely.
I think everyone needs to adopt that if you can. Yes. Especially in the type of field in which we're serving individuals or in, you know, in that realm of serving people.
You bet.
Now, on our way down here, we got to ride together. You were telling me that you only have a little bit left to get your master's.
Yes.
So I would love to kind of hear a little bit more about some of the educational pieces that you have learned, what you've got left, and how you've used what you've gleaned to like instill that with your direct support professionals and coaching them with the individuals, because I know a lot of what you're learning, you're coaching your team.
You bet.
And how that has helped individuals in certain situations.
Absolutely, it does. So, you know, we are a person-centered agency, and so we always see the individual before we see anything else. And that was also one of the reasons why I was attracted to Restoring Hope, because Carl Rogers, you know, his theory of person-centered therapy was the model that I went after, and I loved it so wholeheartedly. And moving on with my master's and, you know, learning the different elements. And of course, you know, in undergrad, you're learning about psychology.
Right.
In grad, you're learning how to do psychology.
Right.
You know, so it's been really incredible to apply a lot of the theories and ideas and things and share that with staff. You know, we have staff meetings, and so I'm able to little nuggets here and there, like, I think maybe we could try this, or we could apply that, or, you know, it all comes back to support though.
Yeah.
You know, with anyone who's in the mental health field, you know, it's about support. And with the DSPs and the individuals, you know, we try to keep that at the forefront. We're person-centered, so we're support-centered, you know, and it's a really beautiful thing to be able to apply some of the things that I'm learning instead of it just being a textbook and, you know, this is another test. It's, no, I get to share this. I get to do this. You know, if I'm just going through school to get a degree and check the box and move on, what's the point? There's not. You know, if I'm not actually taking it and applying it for change and, you know, sharing it to where it's building up their foundation too, because, you know, we've had DSPs in the program, they've moved on to different things. They've moved up in the company. And so it's the same principle, you know, if I can even be just a little something, you know, that I share and can help, that's really what it's about. You know, leadership is so much more than just titles and money and all the things. It's really about service and support and making sure that you're intentional with everything. I want to say intentional a lot, but
yeah, you're being intentional about that.
That's
and
correct.
That's a good thing. It is an excellent word and something we all should be doing more. I mean, everything that we say at a gas station or at a ball game or whatever, somebody's listening.
That's correct.
So yeah, being wise with your words, thinking about what you say, and even just your temperament, your facial expressions, all of that is impacting somebody, whether we realize it or not. So I love that you're using that word. It's a wonderful word.
And I mean, nonverbal communication speaks louder than anything you could ever say. It really does. So, and with my education too, yes, it is an investment in myself, but it's an investment in the future. It's an investment in the people around me. You know, it's not just for me. You know, a lot of the time I like to think about it as more of a sacrifice for the person that I can help with it. You know, yes, it's great. It's fun. I love it. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy sitting down and writing a paper. I really do. But
you're probably in a small group of people that enjoys that, but that's great.
Most people, they vomit at the thought of it.
Does not sound fun at all.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. But, you know, I wanted to have that foundation and share. And I will say within the day program itself, and I think this is true for any kind of leadership, you know, you want whatever you're involved in, whatever you're in charge of, you know, whatever that looks like for you, you want the people that you're serving that are under you, above you, around you, you want them to thrive and be okay, even when you're not in the room. You know, and that was really the goal with furthering my education. You know, I wanted to make sure that every groundwork that I have laid anywhere, the people that I have impacted, like, they're going to be okay, even if I'm not there, you know? And even if I am, they're great. But, you know.
And that takes a lot of work.
It does.
And intentionality.
It does.
And relationship building.
It does.
And cultivating that.
A lot of trust.
Yeah, trust is
huge.
Massive. If you don't have that, you don't have. And that's across the board, a huge thing with just restoring hope in general. You know, and trust takes time.
It does. Building that autonomy.
You have to be
consistent,
a good listener,
correct,
attentive to people's needs, and you know, just being mindful of maybe what you do know of their background and what impacts them and that sort of thing, kind of their goals and who they want to be too. Absolutely. And, you know, things like this, they don't happen overnight. You know, I didn't get an education overnight. I haven't gotten experience overnight. Like, it takes a really long time, and it takes grit and determination. Like, it really does. And the same is true about building a team of any kind. Like, yes, you want them to thrive whenever you're not there, but it takes a lot of investment. It really does. Yeah. And I feel like you've been through a lot of difficult times too. And just, you've been with the Willow Day program since it launched, since before it opened its doors. And so, like, I know you probably had to work through a lot of difficult things.
You bet.
What helped you get through some of the most challenging times? What kept you going? Whenever you had staff turnover or,
Right.
Whatever that looks like, trying to pass inspection and different things.
Oh,
like
yeah. The stress of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So that's honestly not something that I can answer without saying like my faith and foundation in that. Like there's nothing else that would have kept me going other than that.
Yeah.
And, on top of that, the people that have been orchestrated to be a part of my life and the program and the support that they provide, nothing for me, like nothing would exist without the faith foundation. Like nothing else is there.
Yep.
So that is really what fueled me through that, and realizing that, okay, this may be a tough moment. There's some really hard things going on, but this is growth. This is a moment of growth, and it's about how you handle it and how you move forward instead of sitting here in the moment and being like, well, this really stinks. This is awful. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
No, you need to be, right. I'm done. I'm checking out.
Which would be the easy thing to do. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I understand that, sometimes doing the easiest thing is the best thing in the moment for some people.
Right.
Yeah. But for me, I was determined we're going to see this through, and we're going to be stronger because of it. And I will say the team that we have now, it really has been that. It has strengthened so many things, and we're so cohesive.
Right.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
And
how many DSPs do you have?
We have 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I didn't know if you had like a part-time person, a 4th part-time person. So
not yet. Not yet. But, we continue to grow. So
and
who
how
knows?
many individuals do you guys serve in Willow now?
We have 5 that attend currently.
Okay.
And so many referrals.
Yeah.
So thankful for that.
What's capacity for the day program in Willow?
30, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's so much more opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now when someone does do a referral, what is that process? How long roughly would you say it takes? I mean, it depends on each individual.
It
what
really
they already
does.
have.
Yeah.
Can you kind of walk us through that a little bit?
Sure. So that situation is different for everybody. Sometimes it's super quick and we can have them, within the month. And then other times it's pretty lengthy, especially if we have wait lists that get involved or, whatever that looks like. So it's really hard to put a finger on, amount of time, but we do everything that we can to get them in program as quick as possible. It's a journey of 1,000 miles sometimes.
Yeah.
I've had some individuals where we've gotten the referral, which usually comes from the SC, goes to Danielle. She reviews that, then she sends it over to me, and I start coordinating things from there. But, we've had some individuals where it's been a few months,
Yeah.
And it really stinks because we would love to have them in program right then, but that's above us.
Red tape
that's
to
right.
get through, cut through to get them in the doors.
Absolutely.
Begin serving them and
yeah.
Okay, so for like natural families, we do probably have some individuals that come from a host home, or are they all? Do you have some that you have a mixture of host home individuals and then natural families?
Many of the programs do, but Willow, we only have individuals in host homes right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have had natural families, since they're not as saturated with restoring hope, what does that look like when you have those conversations with natural families and they see the impact that the day program has on their child or individual?
Right. So there's a lot of excitement and gratitude at the same time because, if you're not real familiar with the host home model and what all that looks like it's not going to make a lot of sense with you. So, being able to sit down and have that conversation with them too is super helpful because they're like, wow, that's a thing. How does that exist?
Yeah.
And it shares kind of everything that we have within the company itself too. So, we're more than just a day program. We also have all these other things that we do too. And, natural homes, they always have a lot of questions, which is very understandable because, you're coming into day program or whatever service. It could even be works, whatever.
Right.
And we don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
So just partnering with them and being there for any kind of support that they need and answering questions. But it's usually a really smooth pathway for them, I guess, if you want to say.
Yeah.
There's always a lot of first that happen for them because, you know, they're a natural home. So this is different.
Right.
But they integrate really well and they make wonderful friends. So.
Yeah. And it gives their individual something to do during the day.
Absolutely.
And they get a little bit of a break and some free time to do something for themselves during the day.
Yeah. And it's something meaningful, you know? They're able to do things.
It's not just they're watching TV or vegging out.
Yeah.
They're engaging, interacting out in the community.
Yes. There's purpose, you know, and that's something that I will say too. You know, some individuals, I've seen them come in and, you know, they know that there's things that they can do and, you know, whatever. But whenever they latch on to that sense of purpose within the day program, life-changing.
Yeah.
It's life-changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say are some of the funnest things that you guys have done just within the walls of the program for the clients?
Man, karaoke parties, they take the cake for that.
Yeah.
The dance parties, those are always a really big thing.
Yeah.
We honestly have a great group that they really enjoy painting and just different mediums of art. And so sometimes we have set up out on, if you've been to the program, you know, we have the concrete pad out there. Right. So we'll set up and, you know, maybe we're painting birds that are going by or whatever. And so we get creative most of the time with a lot of different things that we do. We've done tie-dye, which is always fun.
Yep.
But I will say too, we include everyone in the decision of what we're going to do with some things. They get a vote,
a say
They
in it.
do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's huge.
It is huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they love it so much because it's like, okay, I helped make this decision. You know, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We always have more buy-in if we have a say so
100%
into what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah. There's way more engagement. It goes way up.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, throughout the month, I'll sit down and have lunch with them or whatever. And I'll be like, hey, you know, what do you think we should do next month? Or what sounds fun? You know, and so we can plan those things out because we do the calendar a month in advance, you know. So they're able to get that input and we can do different things. And
that's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know another part of the curriculum at the day program is skill building.
Yes.
Life skills. What can you hit on some of those, like really important ones or fun ones, or even if they're not fun, important ones that you guys are doing at the program?
Absolutely. So Skill Station is usually one of the times where we're not having so much fun.
Yeah.
But we do our best to be creative with it. So some of the biggest things that we see are hygiene. That's a really, really large request across the board.
An important one.
It is an important one. Yes. It's tricky though.
Yeah.
You know, we have ADLs that we do as well. And typically we see a lot of individuals who they want to learn to sweep or mop or do dishes or, you know, things that we take for granted because we get up every day and we're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. You know, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Like dusting.
Like dusting.
I was telling you that on the way down there. I love it. I hate dusting. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And it's, you know, even for some of the DSPs when they've onboarded and we're doing those skills, you know, they realize, oh my gosh, like I didn't realize how incredible it could be to learn how to wash a dish.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so our skill station that we do, we try to kind of jazz it up a little bit ever so often too. And so maybe we do some kind of a musical interactive or something to make it fun to where it's not so, oh my gosh, I have to learn this. Like I hate this so much.
Like keeping time and different things like
cooking,
that too.
That's a huge one that we do too.
Yeah.
Knife
do they
safety.
enjoy that?
Oh
for the
yeah.
most part? Yeah.
Cooking classes,
the eating part's the fun part of it, right?
But honestly, I think they really enjoy just the assembly of everything.
Yeah.
More than anything else, because when we have cooking or baking class, it's like the thing for the day.
Well, they may not get to do that as much at home. It's just done for them. And so getting to be involved in that makes it
really
funner
big
to
thing.
eat, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, as we're doing it, we're getting to teach measurements and stirring and oven safety.
Reading the instructions.
Step by step is huge as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's a really, it's fun. But, you know, we obviously can't do it all the time. So we have to do reading and math and, you know, other things that they have on their goal sheets. Budgeting's a really big one too.
Yep.
You know, we do a lot with money. So, yeah.
And have you guys done something like, I remember when I had sit down with one of the Buffalo individuals, they were talking about they were making either spaghetti or cookies. I can't remember. And they had to write down a grocery list.
Yes.
And then kind of figure out how much money they needed. So is that some things that you guys are doing as well? Yeah.
Yeah. So we have actually turned that into a whole outing before. So beforehand, we'll do skill building with making the list, looking in the pantry, seeing what we have, grouping together and making sure we have everything on there before we leave. And then going to Walmart or wherever. And, we group together and we're finding what we need and then taking it back and making it.
Yeah.
It makes it practical application.
Yeah.
Really, it makes it mean more because they have a part in all of it. It's not just sitting there ready for them to do whatever, which is great too sometimes, but it means more whenever they can do it from the ground up.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Now I know Disability Rights Legislative Day, kind of switching gears a little bit
you're
here.
Good.
That is coming up. Are you going to be able to go to the Capitol? Are you going to be taking an individual or two with you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you did that last year, right?
I did not.
You didn't get to.
No.
Okay.
We had some staffing complications, so I ended up having to sit it out. But
Shucks. Well, so this will be your first time getting to go.
I'm so excited.
And is that later this month?
It's the 25th.
It's the 25th.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew it was coming up pretty soon. So that'll be fun getting to meet legislators.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is obviously such a crucial time.
It is,
with budget cuts being on the horizon and that definitely impacting our programs, all of our services with
across
Restoring
the board.
Hope.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to get out of that experience with your individual and advocating? Do you have any thoughts on that? I didn't prepare you for that question.
You're good. No, you're good. So honestly, it's really my hope that the experience for the individual that I'm taking, because, that's a unique event for
the Capitol
anyone.
Is an experience in itself, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, making sure that his experience is great and, all the way around, but also hopefully, with the individuals that we have and the information that we're presenting, that we're going to be able to make that impression of, listen, this is meaningful. This is super important work that plays a vital role in the lives of so many people that you may not even realize. So I just hope that we're able to advocate for our programs and our families and make some sort of a change in kind of how the direction is going. Yeah. So, yeah.
I hope so too. It's going to be huge what's coming down the pike here, and it's going to impact a lot of
so many people.
I do hope you guys have success and are able to really connect with a lot of our representatives. And
and I mean, I think a lot of the time whenever people think about the political aspect, they think about some kind of really big person over here who doesn't want to listen to anything or, whatever. But really, it's a relationship too, And in having these meetings and going to the Capitol, I hope that we can really just kind of foster that a little bit more. I mean, I know last year they got to speak with Lisa Durnell and, that's been such a memorable thing. They've shared that over and over again. So, hopefully we just can forge some more of those relationships and it'll make all the difference. It really will. Yeah. Because life is a relationship. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. And these cuts or decisions, they're going to impact a lot of people.
They will,
for them to be able to look the people in the eye that's receiving these services and the funding, hopefully will pierce them in a way that
let's tug at the heartstrings a little bit.
Yes, exactly. Because it's life changing. It's life altering. These programs. It's not just a hangout place. Right. Like it's essential. These skills. And so whenever these individuals are learning how to wash a dish, when they go home, they can help mom and dad. You bet. Or they can help their host home parents with laundry or, any of these things. Yeah. And I mean, it gives you purpose.
It does. And it stays with them. They can take that anywhere. If they go to relief or a job or whatever, they have that.
Yeah. And a lot of these individuals do have, they're high functioning enough that they want to get a job. Yes. They want to work in the community. And so learning these skills is essential for not only themselves, but for the community.
You bet.
And filling jobs and stuff that
it's the
maybe,
ecosystem.
Yeah. Someone else may not want to stock shelves at Dollar General, but we've got clients that would be awesome at that because they can be meticulous and keen to detail.
And they would love it.
And getting things faced just right. And a lot of people probably wouldn't want to do that.
It's something I don't have patience for.
Yeah. And these are things that our individuals can learn to do.
Absolutely.
And can thrive at.
Yes.
And that's the whole point of Excel is
it is.
Everyone can excel.
Correct.
We just have to find what our gifts are, what our passions are. And you guys are doing such a good job of creating that environment at Excel. And I feel like a huge part too of the day program is just you're building inclusion.
Absolutely.
Too.
Yes.
I mean, so that people feel awkward, having a conversation with someone with a disability. This is breaking through that.
It is.
That barrier, the awkwardness, that they may feel, but they're just a person.
That's right. Yeah. They're human too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you hit on that? Have you had some situations where you feel like you have broke through some of that with our individuals in the community?
Yes. Yeah. So earlier on when the program first opened, we're doing outings and things for the first time and we're going to these different places. And, we did run into a couple of instances where we weren't really welcome. And at first, I was thinking, man, listen, I would like to tell you a couple of things about how you can be kind and treat other people. We're all different and that's okay.
Right.
So through that, we were able to have some conversations, even with one of the places that we had gone and just been like, listen, we are here for a reason. We're learning these social skills and we're working through these hard things and, just give us a little bit of space. Yeah. Just give us a little bit of time. In this particular place, it was, a coffee shop. And so we just needed, it can be a table over here in the corner, whatever, just allow us the opportunity to actually show you who we are and what we do, and sure, it can be uncomfortable sometimes because interaction can be awkward or, whatever.
Yeah.
But we can work through that. And that's what we're there to do. And so, we were able to partner with them and it grew into a beautiful opportunity to where our individuals love going there. Everyone who works there absolutely loves it when we come in. And so, something that started off as not so great and awkward and they didn't really want us there because we're different, turned into a magical place to be.
Now they love seeing your guys' faces when you come in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's awesome.
I mean, I'm not afraid to talk about awkward things. I'm not afraid to have tough conversations about whatever, you know? And so it was just an incredible opportunity, even though at the time, individuals were upset. They didn't really understand, why are they being this way? And, so that was a skill moment for them as well.
Yeah.
And diversity is a huge aspect of this field and what we do. And every single day is an opportunity for that,
Yeah. Anytime you're out in the community.
Anytime.
Yeah.
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 For people to be more open.
Absolutely.
And inclusive and open.
And that's something that I can say for Willow, sure, we were new in the beginning and everybody's kind of learning everything, but now we've got, when we go out in the community, we have individuals that are giving people hugs because they know them and they've forged those friendships.
Yeah.
And there's high fives and it's just awesome to see that.
Yeah.
And I hope that every other program can experience that, because I know that there are times that are extremely challenging and they don't really have the same kind of thing. That's happened to us a couple of times, and I can't speak for the other programs, but it probably happens a little bit more, I would assume.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And right now you don't have any other program you're competing with in this area. Now, hitting on that, do you have an idea of the counties and surrounding towns that you feel like you could be serving with distance wise for this rural area in Willow Springs?
Right. So the way that I like to put it, I've been asked that a few times, and the way that I like to put it, so if you drew a circle around Willow Springs that was within 45 minutes or an hour, we can probably help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can probably figure out some way to, get a van rat out there or a meeting place or whatever,
Yeah.
The first step is having that conversation.
Yeah.
So
Now, do you have very many people that you guys are picking up in the morning and dropping off in the
every
afternoon?
single person.
Oh, all of them.
Yes.
Okay, so no one's dropped off to your
Nope.
programs in the morning. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so that's another thing that people may not think of, like how can I get my child or
You
my
bet.
individual to the program?
Yeah. We offer transportation.
Transportation is provided.
We offer transportation.
Yeah.
Yes, that's always a
Yeah.
big question.
Yeah, and I'm sure the van's like a fun, you get to listen to
Oh
music.
my gosh,
and it's just another interaction point.
Yes, there's singing and dancing, and sometimes we'll play games or whatever. Like it's always a good time.
Yeah.
So, and that has been something too from the beginning that I wanted to instill in individuals and staff. Every single moment that we are together, we can be learning and growing and sharing, and it doesn't have to just be space.
Yeah.
So it can be a van ride home. It can be going to Springfield to the zoo. Like, let's take this opportunity and partner together and do something beautiful with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you certainly have. Yeah. It's been so fun to see the program grow. And when was the anniversary? Was October?
October 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had seen, the chamber had celebrated you guys.
Oh, Kim McCormick is just astounding. Like, she's
a big cheerleader for you guys, isn't she? Yeah.
She is. And, our individuals love her so much. We've done the bouquet of flowers and things, and we've gone down and visited, and we've done the beautification project with her. And so they know who she is. Yep. And it's just incredible how wonderful and how open she is. And, sometimes she has an idea and she tosses it at me and she's like, hey, what do you think? And then other times that's reversed. Right. And so I cannot say enough good things about her.
Yeah.
I really, and the 1 year celebration, it was a whole little event, and we were presented with our achievement award, and the individuals were a part of that. And, beforehand, that was one of the things, and she knew this, she knew my heart with it, but I wanted them to have a role in that, because without them, we have no program,
Yeah.
It's for them.
Right. It's just an open, empty building.
It's an empty building. Yeah. With dust bunnies. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But with them, it gives so much life and purpose.
Absolutely.
And joy and
all of there's a heartbeat.
Yeah. Heartbeat.
Yeah. There's a heartbeat beautiful. For it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's incredible. Well, you are doing such a great job with the program. And I really do hope that anyone listening to this, especially up until this point, you must be pretty committed if you're, listening through this way.
Yeah, and thank you for doing that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Just any way that our communities can get connected and engaged with our day programs, it could help your company or whatever you're doing. If you need volunteer opportunities, help with whatever that looks like.
Yeah, if you have a class to teach, or even we've had individuals who they're getting ready to graduate college, or they have a class that they're doing and they're needing to teach something, reach out to a program and see what can I do? Is there a way that I can be involved and, present this to you guys? We've had that a few different times with some individuals, and it doesn't matter what major you are either. You could be an art major, you could be public speaking, whatever, our individuals just love that interaction, and they would love to see you.
Yeah. Stop by and say
hi. Please do.
Yeah. For families that would like to know more, would maybe like to look to getting a referral or whatever, what would you tell them? What would be your advice, especially for the Willow program in particular?
Absolutely. So if you're interested, give me a phone call, stop in, whatever you would like to do, just connect with me, send me an email. That works too.
Yeah.
Once we have that conversation, I can help you with the pieces that follow that. The referral typically comes from the SC. So if this is something that you're already kind of set on and you want to do, go ahead and get that referral sent in. That way we can start the process. If there's ever any questions or anything, please just have a conversation with me. I would love to do that.
Yeah. Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been fun talking about community and purpose and intentionality.
Yes.
And the heart behind what you do at the program.
It's all about service.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see these bags you guys are prepping and and all the fun things you've got down the pike with spring and summer
You bet.
activities and your gardening
We're
stuff.
always busy.
Yeah.
We are always busy. And the chamber,
awesome.
they're a huge part of that. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Julie.
yes,
Appreciate
thank you for having me.
Thank you.